Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Katie, and this is The Housewife Did It.
Pop culture edition.
Katie's
Uh,
moving edition.
yeah, if you could on all. Um, if you like our show, you can like, subscribe, share, invite your friends, request to be on.
Mm-hmm.
We fulfill those apparently.
Yeah.
Um, we do have one sponsor for now.
Mm-hmm.
If you like jewelry, you can use our code Mary788 on Every Jewels, EVRY Jewels, for money off of your jewelry order, including sale items.
Mm-hmm.
Did you end up getting some stuff from them for Christmas?
I
No.
didn't.
They have crazy
I
sales,
did
so
think about their advent calendars. I
yeah.
saw people doing them on the Instagram.
They have crazy sales, so
Mm-hmm.
go for it. Um yeah, Katie, do you want to tell the people what's going on behind you?
I'm moving,
To
and
whale.
I'm moving to Minnesota. If you've been here a while, we've been there before.
Yeah. We
Uh, this
started there.
this podcast started with me in Minnesota. So next week I will.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we would have recorded today, but Katie is
Yeah.
stressed and
Yeah.
busy, and so next
So
week's
Mary
episode.
said, "You know what? You just have to do the one script that you have to write.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to me, yeah,
But
the
as
other
you
one."
may suspect, writing my thoughts about celebrities not quite as intensive as
Yeah.
writing a true crime
But
case. But so Mary has a very, very exciting episode coming next
yeah.
week with our first guest that isn't a boy that we're
Mhm.
married to.
Yeah. So my friend Myra will be on the podcast next week. She asked me a few weeks ago if she could be on the podcast sometime, and she was telling me that she's interested in starting a podcast and she loves true crime, so we're gonna have her on. We're gonna start with a deep dive on all of the things going on in the world of true crime right now, as up to date as we can get. So we'll be talking about the Epstein files, ICE, and Nancy Guthrie's disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do have a case to discuss as well. And Myra wants to talk about some things that she's been interested in recently. So it'll be a little bit of a hodgepodge, which we're not used
Mm-hmm.
to for true crime, but you should join us. It will be
Yeah,
fun.
sounds fun. And I'll get to just be a listener. I'll just get to
Yeah.
catch up. That'll be so fun for me. Um, I guess I forget I edit these, so I'll hear it then.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say you kind of have to listen to it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right. Speaking of, obviously, we don't start the pop culture with real time true crime, but today we have some connections. I would
Mhm.
like to tell you just a few, only three that I know of. Bravo celebrities who are in the Epstein files. Um, this one should not be that surprising, other than how do they know each other? Whitney from Southern Charm. I think he fits in real good right there.
Like actually kind of crazy that Elon Musk couldn't get let into those parties and Whitley Sudler Smith was.
Yeah, yeah. Caroline Stanberry from Dubai and from Traders is, and people have brought up like old reunion footage where she
Mhm.
said like, yeah, I knew them, Epstein and I assume Ghislaine. And Carol Radziwill from Roni.
Mhm.
I don't really know the like context of
Yeah.
hers, but she's in there. She is kind of been around a while. Like she's been around in New York for a while. So like,
She's old.
well, but like she's like, yeah,
Sammy was
yeah,
like, "Who
she's
is
old.
this?" Sammy's like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "Let me put this in like a context to understand." I was like, "She's like really good friends with Dorinda."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Not Dorinda."
and Dorinda. Just kidding. Dorinda, not that we know of. Any that you've heard about other than those three?
um Bravo wise,
Mm.
no. I was saying like something that surprised me was like the amount of women
Mm-hmm.
named in the Epstein files. Only mine. Um, our mom was asking like kind of the context in which women were named, and I said like it's from what I've seen, a lot of emails signed by like couples,
Mm-hmm.
like male and female name, shared last name.
Sure.
And so like I do
Or
kind of
Harry
wonder if
Lutnick said, "Me and my wife are coming with all of our
right,
children. Here's their ages."
horrifying. But so like
Yes.
I kind of wonder like
Howard Lutnick. Why did I
if
say Harry?
if I kind of wonder if like there are more like Bravo celebrities, socialites
Sure.
that are in this like Real Housewife world that we just
Sure.
haven't looked at yet, who are like kind of co-signed by their husbands. Not that that makes
Sure.
it better,
No. Or just
but
like
like
have
I
been
kind of
in
wonder if that's the
social
context for a
circles.
lot of them. Yeah.
Totally.
Like if more of
Um,
them know him than
yeah. And like
we're aware of.
the thing is that like there's like a tier system here, right? Like
Hmm.
there are people who were friends with or involved with Jeffrey Epstein before he was ever tried and convicted of
Right.
anything, and they maybe knew, they maybe didn't know, we don't know that. There are people who were friends with him after he was tried and convicted who maybe weren't involved, but they certainly knew by
Yeah.
that point. And so like I think everyone named in the files like
Right.
fits somewhere in there,
Yeah.
unless you're Jon Stewart, who they just wanted to book for a gig. But
My favorite ones are
okay,
like that Barack Obama's name is in them because
because
they
we
were
hate
talking
him
shit about him. I
because he
also
sucks.
I put this for the true crime script too, and I don't know for sure if this is true, but I've heard that RuPaul is in the files because they were
Mm,
watching Drag Race.
mm,
And so like people searched RuPaul and it came up because they mentioned watching RuPaul's Drag Race. But then
that's
also like
fame, baby.
something that I
Fame is a
love,
gun.
I guess, is like people who are like, well, Bill Clinton was like all up in there. Baby, we know. First of all,
Mhm.
we're not
Mhm.
we're not defending
I
him.
don't
We're not
ride for Bill
riding. We
Clinton.
don't ride for Bill Clinton the way we ride for George W. Bush in this house.
Oh, Mary speaks for herself.
Did you see the video I
Mm.
sent you? My our little idiot.
Mary
Um
loves our dumb W.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we don't ride for Bill Clinton, but something that I find funny is like people who are like, sure. And Bill Clinton is also still pushing for them to be fully released, unredacted. And somebody said like Bill Clinton said, "Look, I'm a freak, but I'm not a pedophile. You'll see my name in there with grown people."
I bet he is. It is more worth it. I think he's a
I
pedophile,
know,
but
but like
whatever.
yeah.
But it's more worth it for him to take down all of these
Right.
fuckers, and he's
And
like,
somebody was like,
okay.
yeah, I'll take the fall. Somebody said, you know, I agree because I always felt like Monica Lewinsky had such a womanly figure anyway. I was like, stop.
Yeah, you hush.
Enough. You're taking it too far now. But like, yeah, like, cause we have emails from the Clintons with like pizza and hot dog orders.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of where Pizzagate started.
Mhm.
So like, probably
Yeah.
not the case. But I think
Mhm.
it's funny that people
Yeah.
are like, Bill Clinton said, "Do what you want.
Whatever.
I'm fine. I'll
Not
take
to
the fall."
not to steal Mary's thunder, but this felt like it fit here too. I will say it so quickly, you'll just blink. Savannah Guthrie's mom is currently still missing. She is believed to have been kidnapped, and media outlets are receiving ransom notes. But you'll hear more from your resident true crime girly next week.
Yeah, but possibly connected to the thing we were just talking about.
True. Well, who knows? All right. Today, this morning, we got the Opalite music video.
Hmm.
I would first like to share my gripe.
The Opalite
First,
music video.
no. But first, I've been feeling a little bit of like frustration around Taylor Swift. I know we talked not long ago about like her not saying political things could be like for the safety of her fans. In my personal opinion, we have passed the point where it's like optional anymore.
Right.
I really like
We
would love.
got Bad Bunny wearing a bulletproof vest to the
Yeah.
VMAs and still, or not the VMAs, to the Grammys and still saying something.
Yeah. So I just really wish I would get that from her. So I think when I first saw that it was coming out, I was like, okay, like this just feels like a little tone deaf. It was so good. My second gripe is that she released it only on Spotify Premium or Apple Music. She's no longer, this is the theory, releasing them on YouTube because YouTube views do not count toward Billboard charts. And that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because I don't have Spotify Premium anymore because of ethics of mine. And I don't have Apple Music. So I had to start a trial on Apple Music that I will cancel to watch it. And I was like, just put it on YouTube. It's coming out on YouTube in 2 days. I'm just so sick of this. But anyway, to the actual video. What a little weirdo genius.
Yeah.
Well, it was so strange.
Yeah.
My friends walked into work and I said, it's very weird. And then I said, it's so good. And they said, I thought you said it was weird. Yes, I did.
Yeah, both. Yeah, it is so weird. I also I guess everyone was kind of imagining that it would be like much more in line with her actual relationship. And
Sure.
it was so far off.
Yeah.
From it. Like, why is she back with a spindly British man? What's happening?
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah.
It was cute.
She had literally everyone from the Graham Norton show when she was on for the press tour. And the clip, including the clip at the end where like they're actually on the Graham Norton show, which was a little bit like trippy that like we play this thing at the end that ends up playing Karma in the background and I'm like, oh my god, 2 songs in one. But it was hilarious and it was like literally, I mean, Mr. No Job Depressed Boy is apparently also as boring as a rock. This rock comes out of a box that says my best friend. That's who she's spending her time with. She's trying to play games with it. No response. She's trying to hang out with it. No response because it's a rock.
Is it a big friendship bracelet?
Yes.
There's glitter on it.
Yes. The male character has a cactus that every time he tries to get close to her, he gets hurt. I don't know Kaylin Nicole like that, but
of a Harry Styles lyric.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look it up so I can say it wrong.
But yeah, I thought it was so cute, and people have found her nails were teal. There were a lot of butterflies involved, and people are now back on the debut Taylor's version clowning train.
Okay. The lyric is from the song Kiwi.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song. It's New York, baby, always jacked up. Holland Tunnel for a nose, it's always backed up. When she's alone, she goes home to a cactus.
Interesting. It's about Harry Styles. Just kidding.
Everything is about Harry Styles. The Grammys. When Harry Styles walked out to Where the Hell Is My Husband, I said, he just dropped a new single, and they still didn't play that.
No.
They said, this is better.
To play this.
This is better.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about the music video?
No.
Okay.
I do think it's interesting that her, like, all of her, I don't know, like, her dull character is brunette.
Yeah.
Her bitchy character was brunette.
Yeah. But it is so cute that it's like we went from these things and now we just get to be, we met each other and we get to just be weirdos together. And it's it does feel like very metaphorically reminiscent of her and Travis.
Like, this is what's comfortable for us.
Yes. Together. People were also pointing out that, like, when she's with The Rock, obviously, she's like There you are. She's like not inviting people over, not inviting people in, and then she gets with the weird guy, and they're like bringing in Louis Capaldi, and like now they can like bring in friends, and I think that's also like probably pretty reminiscent of their relationship, is like when she was with like Joe or probably even Maddie, like she had to like keep that separate, and with Travis, like they get to just like make their circle bigger and bigger and bigger, and he's so infectious. And he's so like infectious that people say like, I want to be your friend.
Yeah.
Notably missing from the music video was Travis.
Right.
Recently on his podcast though, Travis's big ass broke a $10,000 chair in Taylor's house.
Why was he sitting on a $10,000 chair in the first place? Bro, that's not for you to sit on.
In Taylor Swift's house, maybe they're all. But he said on Kylie's podcast that Taylor is not mad, which of course she's not.
Yeah.
He said she laughed her ass off. Yeah. I bet she did.
If I had a $10,000 chair in my house, you bet your ass my 6'3" husband would not be allowed on it.
No. And then he blamed the sourdough. He said after it broke, he had to go weigh himself because Taylor's making him fat from the sourdough.
That probably would have made him mad.
I'm like, bro, you're big.
Yeah, not you turning this around on her.
Yeah, what the heck?
She broke her own chair.
Yeah. Actually, all your fault. Okay, on to the Grammys. So, I know it's been a little bit now. Red carpet looks. I think the obvious standout to me was Chappell Roan with her prosthetic nipples. But Sabrina also looked Gorgina. Bad Bunny was wearing a bulletproof vest, like you said, because he has received so many death threats.
He just looked so sad that whole night. Yeah. And like people
but
like,
him when Lady Gaga scared him, it was so cute.
Like they're like, oh, his reaction is like everything. He's just feeling all the emotions. I was like, no, he looks sad.
When he
all
won?
Night. Oh. Like just all night he looked sad.
Well, he
both
was
times
alone.
he won.
Every time
Trevor Noah came over, he was like, leave me the fuck alone.
I wonder if he came alone because of the death threats. Like if he was gonna bring someone, and like I don't know. Any other red carpet looks that you remember that stood out to you, or you just think about those nipples?
Yeah, that's the only one I think. Sierra Miller.
Yes, yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah,
Stunning. Fucking stunning.
Yeah. Killed it in her little glam bot. By the time this episode has come out, the Super Bowl will have happened. So we will have seen Bad Bunny, but right now we have not. So, sorry, we have nothing to report. Speaking of the glam bot, Cole, the typical but fallen from grace glam bot producer.
Wait, why is he fallen from grace?
Wait! You don't know this?
No.
Oh my god. Okay.
So what's the lore?
Did you see, this will bring us in there, but did you see that people were saying like J-Lo was like rude to him?
I've seen people say a lot of people are rude to him.
They were saying that J-Lo was incredibly rude to him. He came out and said like, no, like people on red carpets are in a hurry. Like she was nice. She was sweet. Like she just was moving along. No big deal. I don't know why, but right after that, a girl released some emails between her and Cole where she had, probably a while back, but she had reached out to him about like if the glam bot, if it's like possible at all for the glam bot to be at her wedding. I want to pull these up.
Girl, how fucking rich are you?
Well, I mean, oh, he was fired. I just thought he was like taking a hiatus or something. And then okay, I can't find it. But basically, he replied in a much similar manner to you. He like replied and was like, it's very expensive, but like if you think that it's in your budget, like maybe whatever. And she was like asking like what all would need to happen and like how much is it? Like what's the and he just kind of kept like there were like multiple responses where he like wasn't giving her the answers but was very much insinuating that like you do not have the money for this.
Mm-hmm.
And she like he said like you don't like this is what we use it for, like you do not have the money for the glam bot basically. And she was like, I'm asking you how much it is so that I can see if it's in my budget. And then he replied like a bunch of stuff that sounded like he was just trying to make it impossible for her. Like he's like, well, fine then. Like you'll have to pay this much, you'll have to pay for this many staff, you'll have to put like all this stuff that's just like crazy. And he's like, and you'll have to send it to me personally, like all this stuff. And she was like, okay, sounds good. Thank you for the information. That's what I wanted. Um, so he came under fire for basically being like classist and like assuming that this black girl had no money.
Black.
That's part of it, sure. For assuming that this black girl had no money. Then his apology video, he goes on, he says, I'm so sorry, this was a while ago. And he says, the hardest part about this for me is that I'm half Chinese.
Okay.
What?
Oppression Olympics. Have you seen that? Have you watched Ginny and Georgia?
No.
Oh, so that's a thing on Ginny and Georgia is Ginny, who is half black, is dating a boy who is half Chinese, and she tells him that she knows more Chinese than him, and he says that one of their white friends can twerk better than her. And she's like, what did you just say to me? And he was like, Oppression Olympics, let's go. And it's like a meme now because it was terrible. But yeah, that's
he said, I think the hardest part about all this is being labeled racist. I'm half Chinese, and growing up, issues of identity, race, and belonging deeply affected me, and I would never want to inflict those on anyone else. I do understand that reading these emails, people could be upset and assume bias. Okay. I wish, see, this is the part I hate, is that everything is in video form now.
Yeah. I think to be
fair, he says, thanks for reaching out. Just so you're aware, the Glam Bot is a camera system and personnel used by a network television station for one of the biggest red carpets of the year. It is not cheap. If you feel like something like this might be within your budget range, then I'm happy to discuss further. She says, yes, it's something in my budget range. And he says, I don't see how you could be, since I didn't even say how much it was. It could be between 10,000 and 1 million. Which is, how could it be that much? Right. Like a range. She said,
I think that's what he's saying is like, it could be anywhere between.
But you're the one that wouldn't tell her.
Idea. Yeah.
But then she says, I assumed it was pricey since it's featured at the Oscars. Like, this girl is not an idiot. And she says, so what are the steps to book? Would you be the person that comes, or do you just work with them for red carpets?
God, no.
What's the rundown? And he says, it's a crew of about 15 people, plus network setups, rehearsals, gear, drop-off, camera rental, blah, blah, blah. She said, where would I begin? Through you, or is there a website? And he says, okay, it's $300,000. I'll take a 10% deposit to secure the gear. And once I have the deposit, I can do a contract. Ready to get started? And she said, thanks. I'll reach out by Monday. And he said, if you wanted to know how much it costs, you just needed to ask. You don't need to pretend you're going to book it. And he said, I did. She said, I did. That's why I asked. I want to book it. It is very much like a black person walks into a store of expensive items and you're like, you can't afford this.
It's and it may not Pretty Woman.
Yeah, and like to your point, like I didn't even say she was black, and you're just like, can lay people just like afford this?
Yeah, well, like I was gonna say,
but your job is
fair.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say, like to be fair, I would assume no one can afford this.
Sure. No one person.
However, if it were my business and my job, I would not say that to them.
Yeah. You either just say, like, we don't do private things because this is for network television, or you say, like, this is what it runs for this amount of people. But, like, you're saying it's a range starting at 10,000. A lot of people could afford 10,000.
if
for a
you're
wedding.
like really trying to get down to the nitty gritty of like, I don't know that you specifically can afford this, you can ask like how many people are attending your wedding? Like
Sure.
how long do you want it at your wedding? Like what
Mhm.
time frame do you want it for? Do you want it at the entire reception? Like try to narrow
Yeah.
down some information of like how big a crew you'll need, how long you'll need to be there, where the venue is, how far you'll be traveling
Yeah.
before you're just like, well, you probably can't afford it.
And it's crazy that when she says I'll reach out by Monday, he's like, "You didn't even want to book it." She's got to talk to her fucking fiance probably and be like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I've got the price range now. He's told me
But
what it
also
takes.
read these emails and help me decide if it's worth it to
If we
work with
even
this
want to do
person.
this." Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I'll get back to you by Monday is like what someone would
Yeah.
say if they're still interested.
Also, like, in the, I guess not the nicest way possible because he's sounds like kind of an asshole.
Mhm.
There are so many small businesses who do the same thing.
Yeah.
There is a black owned Glambot business in Memphis,
Mhm.
and it can't be that much money because the all the events I've ever seen it at have been free entry,
Yeah.
and like
Like
it
nonprofits
it
and shit.
runs the same way. And
Mhm.
like she could be asking one of those people, but she specifically reached out to you. Like, I would
And you could
assume
say, if you don't do this, you could say, we don't do personal events, but there are a lot of
there are
local
plenty,
places
right?
that
Like,
do.
right, but like to the my assumption would be that like anyone knows that or could at least think like if this exists, there might be another option near me.
Mm-hmm.
And
She has chosen you.
right, like she knows that information and she's still like, well, let me reach out to the actual Glambot people.
Yeah. I feel like in the end, he just thought that she was trying to like get information from him to
Right,
like publish it and be like, okay, I figured it out, guys. I know how much the Glambot is, and that she's like
right,
not even actually getting married. And it's just like, then someone else needs to be running this.
right,
Like, then people shouldn't be able to reach out to you, or you should just
right.
not respond. But like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It was like 7 years ago. He says, hopefully we're all different than we were 7 years ago. Not me, but okay. Just kidding. Probably a little bit. Um, okay.
Somebody else said that. Oh, what
I'm
was
also like,
it?
when you're in your 30s, though, like, how different are you? You were
Oh,
still a grown adult.
yeah. Somebody said that about the Epstein files.
Oh, well, I would do something different now.
They were like, it was like, I think it was about Donald Trump being in them, and they were like, mistakes 20 years ago.
He's different.
He's not.
All right. So this year on the Grammys, it was Trevor Noah's last year hosting, so he did not hesitate to mention two former
Balls to
and
the wall.
current presidents and their visits to Epstein's Island, as well as Nicki Minaj's current hyperfixation with the Trump administration. Donald Trump is threatening to sue him. Nicki Minaj is threatening to expose him as gay. She is also publicly transvestigating Chrissy Teigen. Wasn't that a good little run?
And she's so much prettier than Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj.
Girl.
That if I were evil,
Fishy.
if I were evil and I would like needed to expose someone for being transgender, I certainly wouldn't pick a fucking supermodel who's a
Yeah.
billion times hotter than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's embarrassing for you.
Mm-hmm. So, Bad Bunny, oh my hair, won Album of the Year for Debí Tirar Más Fotos, the first ever fully Spanish album to win this award. And it was handed to him by Harry Styles, his ex's ex. Eh. Um, I saw a bunch of
Doing
people.
math in my head. Who?
Kendall Jenner.
Mm.
I saw a bunch of people saying that Harry must have been so sad that all the people were cheering so loud that they couldn't hear his perfect pronunciation of the album title.
Yeah.
He
Well, no,
also
I heard it.
he also snuck a peek before, as they were announcing the nominees in the dark. You can see him like go and look. So he's like, all right, I got to get ready for
He's
this.
sneaky. He's so
Yeah.
sneaky. No, I heard him pronounce it, and I was like, I know that's right. And
Yeah.
then sad Bunny was like, just like kind of
Poor
pouting,
Benito.
taking it all in. And then when he got on stage, I want to know what Harry whispered to him for such an extended amount of time.
He said, "How about that Kindle?" Just kidding.
I feel like he was like trying to make him feel better because
he was like speaking in Spanish to him, probably.
I think he might know Spanish.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. I love watching Harry Styles whistle. I think it's so fucking funny. He puts his little middle fingers on the side of his mouth.
Cute. Kendrick Lamar became the rapper with the most Grammy wins, and
Much
the first
deserved.
Yes, the first to ever win 4 consecutive years of Best Rap Album. He and SZA took home Record of the Year for Luther. Billie Eilish won Song of the Year. I didn't see that one coming. I considered the frontrunners to be Golden, Manchild, and DTMF. Like,
yeah.
I just did not. But rock on, sister.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter won nothing.
Yeah. I asked Sammy, I was like, did Tyler the Creator win anything? And he was like, no. And I was like, weird. Like, they had both of them perform and neither of them won.
Mm-hmm. Poor Alex Warren. So all of the nominees for Best New Artist get to perform at the Grammys, and they do like everyone gets a little bit. He looked very sad and frustrated during his whole performance. It was like visibly he's like pulling out his in-ears. He's like
at one point
he
just gave up and like yanked it off.
He's like moving his mic pack around. He later posted to Instagram that they were playing 2 versions of the song that were slightly off on time for one another the entire time. I heard only a snippet of it, and boy, my head was spinning. I would have lost my mind.
When I heard the snippet, I thought he was playing his performance because he was so off.
Yeah.
And so, like, he clearly was following the wrong one.
Yeah.
But, like, I thought he was just replaying his... I was like...
Him and his background singers were not singing the same one.
How sad that he had, like, a better... like experience in his ears on the freaking Love is Blind reunion from 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He also, I think the part where he was like on the lift, he didn't sound off. By that point, like he was fine. But he was out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But people were like commenting and they were like, no one even noticed. Like it was great. And I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't say no one noticed, but it was great, and he handled it great, and rock on, brother.
So we turned on the Grammys in the middle of the Cat's Eye performance. So that was, like, next up for us. Mm-hmm. And so, like, that's the first thing I commented on. I said, he is very off.
Yeah.
Also, though, something I love about
so
Alex
sad.
Warren, I've heard that he's a bad person. Like a MAGA person. I don't know. That's just what I've heard.
I find that hard to believe.
That's fine. I could be wrong. That's what I've heard. Mm-hmm. Something I love about Alex Warren is that when they did the Spotify Wrapped and you get a little video from your person, the one for Alex Warren opens with like a child who's like, Alex Warren was your most played artist. That's embarrassing. I think that's funny. So fucking funny.
Yeah. He could be. I don't know that much about him. It was honestly because of the Grammys that I was like, wait, this guy is so cute. Yeah. I'm so sad for him.
No, I was questioning though, like, how old is this song?
I don't know. But I mean, he's just now nominated for Best New Artist, so
I know, which is like fair, and that's his most popular song.
Sure.
But
Justin Bieber performed in boxer shorts and socks a stripped down, literally, version of Yukon and Daisies, I have seen two different lines of thought from this. Sounds like Mary's gonna go with the first. This proves how absolutely talented Justin Bieber truly is. That he absolutely killed on this very bare and vulnerable performance. Second option is women have to do fucking everything, and men do nothing, and they get praised for it endlessly. But I
just thought it was good. Yeah,
it was
I
good.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, this is like proof of how talented he is. I think it was easier than what we see a lot of women doing. Like Sabrina Carpenter is running her damn ass off, out of breath, and still killing it. And I felt like it was easy.
Yeah,
but it
was very good. Yeah. Everyone is accusing Olivia Dean of attempted indoctrination, trying to turn us all into tradwives with her music. And many of them say that it's working. Because people love Olivia Dean. So between her and Alex Warren, like, we might all be...
I'm not a huge fan, to be quite honest.
Oh my god. How much have you heard?
Not a whole lot. But I just feel like what I have heard, I saw someone else say this. I feel like everything I have heard from her is like, it sounds like it was made to be TikTok music.
Oh, see, I very much disagree with that. I think,
but I haven't heard a whole lot from her.
Sure, knowing your taste, like, I do think she's a little, like, stripped back and slow for you. Like, I know you like pop girlies. Pop. Glitter gel pen. Maybe some lesbian glitter.
Lesbians.
Yeah. But I really love what is that song?
I have 2 Animal Crossing islands, and my tunes for each of them are, for one of them it's Death by a Thousand Cuts, and the other one is Pink Pony Club. Which, to do that, I had to look up the notes for each of those songs and match them to the notes on the Animal Crossing frog. Yeah. And now every time I speak to someone, that's what plays.
My favorites are Lady Lady and Nice to Each Other. If you're taking suggestions. Or anyone is. All right. Anything else on the Grammys? Or are you ready to get into the shows?
Shows.
All right.
Oh, wait. I love Harry Styles' little shoes.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, R.I.P. to the Satellite Stompers. I was like, he can wear Adidas any fucking time he wants. This is the Grammys. He's already up there in fucking jeans.
Yeah.
Let him have his little flats.
Yeah. All right. We have entered the 3rd year in a row of watching a Summer House season, knowing that in real life, 2 people are no longer together. Frankly, I'm a little sick of it.
But I gotta say, I'm watching it through a Scandival lens.
I will say, it is probably my favorite version of it.
Yeah.
Watching Amanda, which, look, we've been watching this fact for years, but watching Amanda hate Kyle so much, knowing that she does get out of it, is very fun.
Yeah.
This man literally yelled at her for being topless in the pool when she wasn't even topless. She had a bra on.
Right.
We have seen Kyle's dick wearing a cowboy hat. We've seen Kyle's ass more than we can count.
Right.
On TV, we couldn't even see her nipples through the bra, but I think in person they could, but, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Somebody said, like, it's actually crazy that, like, you fumbled someone built like Pamela Anderson, and, like, one of the ways he fumbled her was by telling her not to be so naked.
Yeah.
Is crazy work. And, like,
yeah,
I think that, I don't know, I think I just will never get past, I haven't flirted with a girl in 3 months. Kyle, we've been dating for 3 years. Like, nothing will ever
Yeah,
get
it's
that
also
out
like,
of my mind. Like, you can't say shit to her.
yeah, it's also infuriating that like he has spent almost 10 years telling her that she is not fun enough.
Right.
And now she's going not even partially skinny dipping,
Right.
and it's too much for you. And
Here's why I think it bothered
she's
him,
the
though.
only because of Ben.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think.
obviously.
I
And
think.
I think he knew their marriage was going downhill, and all these
Yeah.
guys think she's hot.
I think that she and Ben did more than skinny dipping in Italy. And I think that the story being skinny dipping and like it's mirroring itself in the first party of the year really bothered him. I hope she fucked that man. I know she's continuing to deny it, but I hope she fucked that man.
Yeah. Well, and he's like, you should have told me you were going topless. And she said, told you we were in the pool together.
Yeah, we're here. You're here.
I'm supposed to say, hey, look, like, what are you talking about? We literally have been in the pool together for the last 10 minutes, and you want me to tell you this interesting fact? I'm topless.
Right.
What
also, like, it's not even like it was a nice bra. Like, we know the woman is well endowed. She's got freaking granny bras left and right because that's all she can use.
I do think it was sheer.
I don't care.
But no, totally. But I do because West said, "Oh, we can see your whole boob."
She can do no wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Also, he made a joke about she was like touching a chicken, and he's like, "I didn't even know you knew how to handle a cock."
Yeah.
And it's like the not getting laid jokes are like just annoying.
Put that on a shirt with Amanda holding a chicken wing. Ding.
Yeah.
Idea. It's giving fuck me in this t-shirt.
Yeah. Carl talked about this, and I think they talked about it again on Watch What Happens Live, the Kyle being at Penn State thing. And there are like videos of him being at this Penn State dorm room till like at least 5 a.m. I'm pretty sure we talked about this when it first came out, but like as we watch this season, let's also keep in our lens that like Amanda said he spent the night at a fan's house, and he said, "No, I did not. I was out DJing. We went to someone's house, and then I fell asleep on the couch," which sounds like exactly what Amanda said happened. So he just be doing this. Whatever. But we love West again.
Yes.
So annoying, but
I want him to marry Ciara.
I'm back. Ciara did do an interview recently. I mean, she's getting lots of attention from the boys already. Go girl.
As she should be.
But she did do an interview recently.
Also built like Pamela Anderson.
I think she was referring to the people in the house, but she basically said like she does wish people would discuss something about her other than her being hot.
Oh, sorry.
No. I think like of her friends. I think she means like, when like in past seasons we've seen like Paige and Amanda be like, Wes, like you fumbled Ciara and look at her. Or like, and I think like for Ciara, like she's been on the show now for a long time. Like she's not new anymore. She is a nurse. She is like all of
hilarious.
These. Yeah, she's like all of these things and also very hot.
Yeah.
It was also an interview with like it was on this podcast hosted by 3 Black women. So I feel like she felt like very comfortable to just be like, yeah, I wish they would say something else about me.
I liked her Watch What Happens Live when she talked about how much she liked West's ass.
Yes! She said, I love his ass in jeans. And Andy said, do you love his ass out of jeans? And she said, yes. And she was very forthcoming. Like, she was just like, yeah. And I was like, are they together? What's happening?
I like to think, sweet baby Carl, leave that woman alone. But I like to think that Ciara set Carl up with Venita. Because like I feel like Ciara and Venita are like kind of similar and they're friends.
Sure.
And I feel like she can see that, like, Carl really likes her. And
Yeah.
she's like, okay, chill out.
Yeah.
You can have this
Yeah.
friend. But I also feel like Carl and Vanita actually are a really good match.
Yeah. He said that we've all seen that New York to South Carolina, or yeah, that New York to Charleston doesn't work.
Sure.
But I have to say, like, I'm not like questioning this for him, rock on, brother, but I do think that like Carl's sobriety makes his flirting much worse to me. Like when he tried to like when he not tried, when he hit that thing with with whatever and it got stuck and the girls loved it. They were like, if he's trying to impress us, he did. And I'm thinking, oh, he was. Oh, he certainly was. And then he's like telling Sierra like in a different life. And then like there were videos of Sierra's like on the merry-go-round thing, and then Carl jumps up on it, and I'm just like he's just giving try hard. And I think that if he were drunk, I would be like, whatever.
He's cool.
They're all doing whatever. And he's allowed to be the same level of fun. He's allowed to just match the energy. But it's like, it just feels like somebody's like dad came along and is like, but wait, I also want to be friends and maybe have a date, please. And it's just really cringy. I think that's why I think
him and Vanita make sense.
Sure, totally.
I feel
very
like Vanita
similar.
loves that. But also, I could see Vanita doing well in New York.
Yeah, I do too. I get her out of there. Get her out of Charleston, please.
I beg.
Dumois blind item. It's been a while since we've talked about one of these. That Jin Tran and Jesse Solomon are together? Wow, the height difference.
I love. It's giving Charity and Dotun.
Mm-hmm. True. All right. Any other Summer House thoughts?
I just genuinely think Amanda cheated on Kyle. And I love that for her.
I genuinely hope that Amanda cheated on Kyle.
For her. And I really hope that we see more. I've seen people say that Ben has a girlfriend. I don't fucking care.
He does, yeah.
I hope we see more of that play out this season. It'll be fun to watch Scandival from like a supportive lens.
All right, speaking of Scandival, Vanderpump Rules. I just had to write this down. Kim said this crazy was passed down by a sacred line of women. Okay, Kim. Yeah, pop off. She's like,
New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm nuts. Whatever. Angelica is a brand new level of crazy, I fear. Why am I obsessed with Shane?
I know.
It feels like he and Audrey, but it feels like he is too mature for this group. Clearly, drama gives him the ick. But I also loved he like perfectly read the situation when he's like, she's stuck on me while being stuck on Jason, while being stuck on on her ex. And it's like, yeah, like I can't keep up, Angelica.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry. And then she literally says to Audrey in that moment, like, I've been sticking with Shane, but he's not my ex. And I'm like, okay.
When he went to break up with her, I was like, I hate everything about this.
I know. The prudishness, I think, is one of the things that's annoying me the most. It's like this girl lives in LA, and it's the first time she's met anyone with an OnlyFans, apparently. It's the first time she's ever heard of a penis pump. Weird. And it's the first time she's heard of someone being ethically non-monogamous. Like, she acted like she had no idea. Shane said, like, I'm non-monogamous. And he's like, what's the thing you're most concerned about with me? And she said, monogamy. And I'm like, no, that's not like this is what's bothering me about her, is like, she's fitting into a lot of stereotypes that, like, when you tell women, like, I'm not interested in monogamy, that they just go, like, okay. And then they just, like, try and try and try.
Like, they can fix you.
Yeah. And, like, I think of non-monogamy as, like, one of those things, like, it's obviously, like, changeable, but, like, that is like a choice that you have made for your life. Like, I don't get to come in here and be like, oh, that religion you have or that strongly held belief or whatever, like, nope. And it's like, he is telling you, like, this is my lifestyle, like, this is what I believe in. And like, yeah, do I think he uses it as an excuse to be a fuckboy? Sure. But like, don't assume that you're gonna get him to switch up on that. That's crazy. Also, we were just kind of entering into like non-consensual territory. Obviously, when he's like breaking up with her and then she pulls him onto the bed and then he says we can't make out and she's like, are you sure? And then she tries to kiss him and he's like, no. And then she tries to break into his room at night. Thank God he locked the door, you little freak. What were you gonna do? It's too much. Run, boys, run.
Don't love that.
No. On Watch What Happens Live with Sierra and Amanda, Andy was doing Work the Polls, and he had, like, Angelica and Jason questions, and everyone was voting against Angelica, and Sierra and Amanda are like, we haven't watched, but, like, y'all are choosing a man? And I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. That's what you've been brought to.
You should watch. Audrey is a fave for me. I think it was very cute to watch her. Like, she was comforting Angelica when she clearly did not deserve it. At one point, Angelica even said, like, bitch, and, like, pushed her. And Audrey just pulled her back in and was like, no, come here. And she said in her confessional, like, no, we're not friends. But, like, I'm just trying to be, like, a good girl to her. Yeah. And, like, emotionally mature queen.
Yeah, we love that.
Kill it. Really, that's all I have for Vanderpump Rules because the entire plot is just that Angelica's nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy. Would you want to see the OnlyFans video if you were Audrey?
Yes, for sure.
Would you want to see it if you weren't Audrey? If you were just in the group and you're like, I'm so curious.
Oh, if I was in the group, yes.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I would absolutely be curious.
I would, if I were Audrey, I feel like I would just like have to.
Yeah.
At
the very least,
sure
I would
be
asking like, Demi more questions.
Sure. I just think like I would want to because like I feel like subconsciously it would start to like mess with me if I like wasn't sure. Like anytime Chris did something, I'd be like, wait a second. But like I also think she is trying to like walk a fine line between like letting his OnlyFans job be his job, letting his sexuality be his sexuality, letting what they do for money be what they do, what he did before her, she's like, it's really none of my business, but then also being like, I mean, if he's fucking his cousin, like, I probably should know that.
Right.
You know? I thought that Angelica was watching it with Demi. Like, I thought she was looking over her shoulder.
So too.
So then when she's like, I didn't see it, I was like, I was waiting for Demi to be like, yeah, you did. But then Demi was like, no, I watched it. I was like, what? Okay.
For what? To protect her?
Yeah, what? Okay. On to the big books. Which is also very short, but I assume you'll have things to say. Traitors. Now, let me tell you. I wrote some of this before I watched last night's episode, so bear with me. I feel like I know the answer to this, but I wrote Team Rob over Candace, right? Or do I hate women?
No, it is Team Rob.
Yeah, cool.
No, but like honestly though, like if nothing else, just for the fact that like what Candace was doing was stupid. Mm-hmm. Like it was bad gameplay.
Yeah. I know. I wrote like she is just far too used to the world of housewives where like you cannot let an offense go you cannot not respond.
Right.
And it's like that's not how we do this.
Drag me, Monique, drag me.
Yeah. Andy asked her on Watch What Happens Live if she felt like her throwaway vote was suspicious. She said absolutely not. Right. Rob going for Lisa was suspicious. She says.
I thought it was funny that her conversation with Rob after Colton was killed was like almost word for word the fight they had in the Instagram comments.
Yeah.
Where he was like, "It's a game, Candace."
Yeah. And she says, you're a snake, not a traitor. And I'm like, but he is a traitor.
Right.
What? The only thing for me that felt suspicious about Rob in that moment, and I was like, oh, watch it, was he said as a faithful like 10 times.
Yeah.
I feel like he just kept saying like, as a faithful, I have to vote for you, Lisa. As a faithful, which I do know they say
Right.
a lot, but I'm like, okay, brother, overkill.
We get it. Yeah.
Faithfuls don't have to say they're faithful that many times.
Yeah.
I wrote this days ago. This is fun. I said, do we think Colton is going to become a traitor? No, he's
No.
not. I loved this. Rob's like,
genius,
Rob's like, I really rather you didn't, but I'm gonna let you make the calls, whatever you want. This was and he withheld from her, which frankly, I feel like she should have known this was a bad look for her anyway. But Rob withheld from Candace that Colton had been telling multiple people her name, and so she was just like, oh, I'm just getting rid of like Rob's alliance member,
Right.
and that'll help me. No. Look very bad for Candace because that's who was throwing her name around. And maybe if they were really smart and like thinking backwards and stuff, but like on its face, like that's a really good look for Rob, because why would Rob let his best friend in the house get killed?
Right.
Why would he do that?
Right.
Especially if,
Yeah.
according to Candace, he was puppeteering Colton, then he
Yeah.
could have said to her, like, then why would I kill him? Sounds like he was
also-
beneficial to me.
I don't think he would have made Colton a traitor anyway.
Yeah. I think
he
he
would've been-
recognized that they like
Yeah.
are more useful in two different positions
Yeah.
to each other. Yeah. I not Alan calling Rob the slayer of housewives. He's like, feels pretty good.
Okay.
And then I wrote, I took allergens into my mouth. A quote from probably the next traitor. That was Eric. Sweet boy. He's
I
like,
was gonna ask what are
I
your
put
thoughts?
allergens into my mouth.
I was gonna ask you what are your thoughts
I think it's smart.
on this pick. That's who I would have picked
Yeah.
as well. I was surprised at the end of the episode when they had him like going back and forth, and then just had Rob unveil himself.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Sammy was like, does he have to say yes? Is he gonna see who it is? And I was like, he won't see who it is unless he says yes. He doesn't have to say yes, but like they usually do.
Because
and then
they die.
get it, and yeah, no, they don't. Peter didn't die.
No, Alan said it's an
Oh.
ultimatum. They say yes or they die. That's why he gets
Oh.
to see Rob. Is because
Oh.
he is either going to have a face-to-face murder or he's going to become a traitor. They've done that before in some seasons where they were like, sometimes okay, I think it's the difference in the language. They either say seduce, like you can just try to seduce someone,
Yeah.
or you have to give an ultimatum. And that's what they were saying to Eric, because we have to have another traitor. We cannot have just one. And so
Interesting.
I guess unless he dies. But yeah, so he will say yes, I'm sure.
Okay, I missed that part.
Mm-hmm. He was
Never
like,
mind.
my game is going so well. Can they just leave me alone?
I know.
But he was also so convinced it was Johnny. And
Yeah.
I feel like once he realizes it's Rob, he's going to be stoked.
Yeah.
Because they love Rob so
He's
much.
like, hell yeah.
I would love
He
to be
can
partners.
still be my leader.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, back to like the round table that got Candace banished. Like, Rob dropped his fork is crazy work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need more than that, baby.
Yeah.
Come on now. It's like the opposite of the Michael Rappaport effect, where they're like, we just hate you, so get out. They're like, honestly, even if Rob's a traitor, we'd love to look at him.
Yeah.
We're going to keep him here.
Right.
Please.
Bless him.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think,
Now we have two little hot boy traitors.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, Candace had... I don't know. I think that, like, it kept her safe for a little while because like her personality just is big and she just like is all of those things. But like, yeah, I just think eventually like being someone who like plays really hard and like over justifies all of your decisions and
Right.
all of these things, like I think, and even now that she's saying like, no, I don't think it's suspicious that I did that.
Right.
And I'm like, not even in retrospect. When they
Right.
told you that that's why they got rid of
Right.
you?
Did you
Okay.
miss the conversation?
Yeah, what? She did say that she still would trust Rob over Giselle. So, you know. All right.
Okay.
Any other Trader's thoughts?
I don't think so. Is Natalie still there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just tired of looking at her ugly ass outfits.
Yeah. She
They're
needs
so
a
bad.
better stylist. Yeah. I feel like she's kind of the only one left that has any heat on her. Like it feels like they're starting from scratch. Like all of the people there are like have like not been. So I feel like you don't kill Natalie right now.
I know when they were talking about her, I was like, bad move.
No.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Well, and then when Rob, I get that he ruled it out, but when he was talking to Alan and he was like, I'm thinking I could pick a traitor who people are already pick someone to be a traitor who people are already looking at, and then just get them out. And it's like, okay, but like then you're just gonna be right back here.
Right.
I feel like
again.
So he was like, I could pick Johnny, and because everyone's already thinking about Johnny, and then we'll just get Johnny out. And I'm like, I don't know. I think what's like smarter as a traitor is to keep someone who they're suspicious of as a faithful, and then get them to vote out that faithful.
Yeah.
And just ride the Johnny, like just be like, hey, y'all mentioned Johnny yesterday. Like, I don't know. But who am I to say? Rob obviously knows exactly what he's doing.
Right.
Don't listen to me.
He has been spending a lot of time with Aaron from Love Island, who was on the season with Rob that was with Kaylor.
Oh yeah, and that makes
had
him
previously been on the
because
Traitors
he was on Traitors. Yes,
before he was on Love Island.
But I was just thinking like, who on Love Island is good at these games? Aaron.
Yeah.
Yep. True. True. All right, that's all I have.
Okay. I want to backtrack on something I said earlier.
Oh God.
That's been bothering me about Chrissy Teigen.
Oh,
I would like to clarify that trans women are beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's unreasonable that Chrissy Teigen could be a trans woman because she's prettier than Nicki Minaj.
Totally. But don't pick fights with women.
Yes.
Who are better than you in every way.
That's like what they think transvestigating is they're like, oh, we can always tell because they look like a man. And like between those two people, if we have to choose which one looks more like a man, I would say Nicki Minaj. So like for her who like believes in that mindset to go after someone who genuinely doesn't look like a man and is prettier than her is crazy. But that does not mean
But trans women are women.
That trans women
are beautiful. That's not what Mary meant.
Yeah, just to clarify.
Yes. Rah. All right.
Okay.
Good work.
Bye.
Go visit Mary. Go visit Mary next week for her special episode.
Yeah. Why are you saying it like people only listen for you?
No, I'm just saying, like, don't think, like, because it's not a normal episode that you shouldn't listen. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
For sure. Or even if you listen to pop culture but you don't listen to true crime, now's your chance. Go do that. It's going to be so fun.
We're kind of carrying on with some of the things we started with this week.
Yeah. All right, now, bye.
Bye.